Okay, this video is one in a series that looks at the concept of shell structures in architecture using Rhino. This tutorial will focus on dome shells. So let's make our first type. This type will be drawn using the Revolve. So what we need is an axis to revolve about, which can be our y-axis here. And we need a profile curve to revolve about that axis. So I can bring out a circle toolbar and I can draw a circle. Turn my grid snaps on. Okay. I can draw an arc. Okay, and I like to use either a start-end radius arc or a 3-point. We'll look at both. Let's use a start-end radius. So that would be start-end radius. Okay. I can revolve that curve by typing in revolve. And this can be the start of my axis, this can be the end. And I can click on full circle to create a dome. Okay, so there's a dome using a half circle and elevation. So let's take that and move it down. And we'll keep this circle up here for reference. We can look at other ways to make the shape of the dome. We can use a parabola. Let's try that. So a parabola, we need a focus. And parabolas are pretty tall shapes. So I'm going to start my axis a little lower. So I click that point and that point to define my axis, and then we'll call it the diameter. And again, we can use the command revolve, select the parabola, enter, choose the axis of revolution, and we can choose full circle. So we have a different form, a different shape for our dome. Let's move that. And we'll look at a third shape using the hyperbola, which is a shallower, more aesthetically pleasing shape. So we're going to click and we'll define, and this one I'm going to create my focus a little longer. And we can revolve the hyperbola. Pick my axis of revolution, and we'll choose full circle. Okay. Okay, so we have 3 different types of domes. And these domes are all continuously supported along the diameter, we'll call it, or along the perimeter. So what I want to make now is a dome that's very similar to the last one that we made, this one, but I only want to support it on 2 or at 2 points. So I'll pick this point and this point. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing a circle in plan. So I'm going to change my C-plane to world top. Just give myself a little bit more room here. and we'll draw that circle. Draw it from the center. Okay. And I'm going to draw a vertical axis, which is going to be helpful down the road. So I'm going to change my C-plane to world front. Draw a line from the center of this circle vertically. Okay, so down the main axis of this dome, I'm going to draw a hyperbola, and actually, let's just copy this one. Okay, so we have that, and I'm going to draw a three-dimensional arc, a three-point arc. It's hard to talk about, so let's just draw it and then you'll see what I mean. I'm going to draw a line across this circle in plan, and I can use my quad point snap, which I have on here, and I can type in line, and it finds the quad of that circle, and then the other side, quad. I'm going to turn off my grid snaps for right now. Okay, so I need an intersection along that hyperbola. So I can pretty much take that line and copy it a certain distance. So maybe 20 feet looks like it's going to be maybe about right there. So I'm going to type in 20 feet, enter. Hold my shift key to keep it ortho. Okay, so now I have an intersection to snap to, because I can easily draw three-dimensional arcs in Rhino. And for that one, I'm going to choose a start, mid, end. Or really it's a 3-point, so it's 1, 2, 3 points for the arc. So if I right-click on the second button, I can go 1, 2. It looks a little freaky right here, like it's not going to work, but then 3. And there I have my three-dimensional arc. And I can mirror that to the other side. Okay. So what we have here is we have curves in different directions, really in two. If I think of this as one direction, the one that's highlighted in yellow, and then that curve in another direction. I don't have to trim these. I can use, if I bring out my surface toolbar, I can use what's called a surface from network curves. So let's click on that. I'm going to select this curve, that curve, and this curve. And let Rhino do the trimming for me. And hit enter. I'll accept the defaults from A to C and click OK. And there we have a dome that's supported at 2 points.